Here's a very important thing to keep in mind when animating something in sync to sound. The hit in your audio should never ever come before the hit in your visuals. However, in some cases it even looks better if the sound comes a few frames after the visual hit. Find out why in today's tips and tricks. Let's start with some science! Science! The speed of light is exactly 299,792,458 meters per second, whereas the speed of sound in dry air at 20 degrees Celsius is only 343 meters per second. My scientific expertise tells me that this is a lot less. This is why when you see fireworks or a lightning strike, you hear it with a delay, because light is just so much faster than sound. Side note, you can actually use that to calculate how far the lightning is away from you. If you hear it with a 3 seconds delay, it's a kilometer away. If you hear it with 5 seconds delay, it's a mile away. If it's in sync, that's scary. Thank you, science. Back to our topic. So, we are used to hearing the sound after or with the visual source. If we hear something before it actually occurs in the picture, our brain is like, what? That did not happen yet. Close sudden noises occur pretty much in sync. However, if we hear something a little later, our brain is not too confused by it, because we're used to it. But again, never ever be earlier. If your sound starts in the middle of a frame, this is the frame where your visual hit needs to be in, and not a frame later. Our brain can actually detect if the sound is even 1 frame earlier before the visual impact. If it's up to 4 frames later, our brain will probably not even realize that. When something is very far away, it even adds to the realism if you hear it up to several seconds later. Because, you know, if it's 3 seconds later, we know that whatever it is a kilometer away. Of course, you can take some artistic liberties, because this is not as scary as... In one of my favorite comic books of all time, The Life and Times of Scrooge McDuck by Don Rosa, the delayed sound is actually used in the plot. A volcano explodes and the sound gets to them 2 minutes later, so that's how you could use that in your stories. Pretty cool. Have you ever had this problem? You've done a perfect lip sync where everything matches up perfectly. Every lip shape comes right when you hear the sound, and yet it looks off. It looks like the sound comes too early. The reason why is because our lips need some time to prepare the lip shapes before they can actually emit the corresponding sound. For example, if you have something like mo, the lips need to form the O shape first before you can hear the main portion of the O sound. Mo. So what a lot of people do is they animate it matching up pretty much perfectly, and then they shift the whole thing so that the sound comes 2 to 4 frames later. However, there are some cases where this trick doesn't work as good, because for letters like M, B, and P, for example, the lips close all of a sudden and interrupt the sound that was there before. So in those places you might have to adjust some things so that it matches up again. Of course, lip sync is a very complex, very big topic, and I'm sure we will have an extra video for that. For now, keep in mind, sound never ever occurs before the visual hit. Lip sync usually looks better if the sound is delayed by approximately 2 frames. And last but not least, noises from far away sources can even be heard a couple of seconds later. So I hope you found this tip helpful. Feel free to leave us comments with suggestions what we could cover next, or maybe with your own tips and tricks. To my side, you find another video. This one's about overlapping and follow-through action. And believe me, it's really good to recap the basics from time to time. And if you like what we're doing, please like, share, and subscribe to our channel. This was Ferdinand Engländer for Animator Island. Take care and goodbye.